I'm getting everything ready. There.
All right, welcome everybody. We've been doing these Zellwood Super Bowl previews every Thursday night. Tonight we have Milton Westgate from the great state of Massachusetts on here. It's not every day we get to talk to. If I should click the right button, that would help so we can see Milton. It's not every day we get to have a puller on from Massachusetts that comes all the way down to Florida to pull with us. So Zellwood Super Bowl Friday, February 6th, Saturday, February 7th. Again, 1 p.m. will be our garden tractors and our antique show. And then at night, 6 p.m. is going to be the big modified show. So, Milton, welcome to our special edition of Let's Grow Pulling. I got to see you at PRI. Dan Mayer got to interview you at the Full Pull booth. We will be live streaming this as well. Good to see you again. I think 3 years ago, did I kind of meet you guys and get to know you? And we hung out at the trailer and had a good time, if I remember correctly.
I think the first time we met maybe was Satsuma.
Okay, Satsuma. Yep, that sounds good.
Oh, no. You're right. Zellwood and then Satsuma. You're right. That's where I first met you. Yes.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and like what club you pull with up in Massachusetts, and then we'll start diving into everything else.
Perfect. So, of course, you said I'm from Massachusetts. I'm down near Cape Cod. We're a little town outside of Whalen community in New Bedford. We're from East Freetown. Our local club is the Mass Minis, and we pull 1 or 2 pulls with them. Most of my pulling is done with pine tree pullers out of the great state of Maine. Got a lot of friends up there, and I almost want to call them family instead of friends because we spend a lot of time together. So you can look them up. They're Pine Tree Mini Tractor Pullers on Facebook. PineTreeTractorPullers.com is their website. They're a great group, guys. We pull 17, 18 pulls a year with them. Like I said, we spend a lot of time with them throughout the summer and fall. We start in May, end in October, and have a lot of fun doing it.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. How did you get started in the great sport of truck and tractor pulling?
Well, this is going to be a little bit of a deep dive.
That's okay.
I have
we got nothing but time, and I got a full glass of water, so life is good.
I have a old buddy of mine that land speed races in Bonneville, and so we head out to the Bonneville Salt Flats, and we take his car out there, and we land speed race, and we're driving back, and it's a 3-day trip for us. So on our way back, he says, "Hey, would you like to see my friend Ken pull a tractor?" I guess so. Sure, we ain't got nothing else to do, right? So we pull into Bowling Green, and he comes in and introduces me to Ken Venny, and says, "Yeah, I painted his first race car." And Ken's like, "Hey, hi Bob, how you doing? This, that, and the other." And I get introduced to Ken Venny as pretty much not my first introduction to tractor pulling, but that close, yes. So and then we watch the pull, and I watched it, and I said, I'm going to do that. I said, I'm going to do that as soon as I can do that. And since that day, I've been working on it. And we started off with smaller tractors, and we're working our way up. So this year, I finally bought a blown motor, and we're going to debut it at Fort Recovery at the end of July.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what year was that you went to Bowling Green and met Ken Venny?
Oh, jeepers. You know how time goes by. It was before COVID, so
okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
So what do you do for a living back home, Milton? What do you do when you're not?
I own a business that supplies rebuildable auto parts to the big companies that rebuild them and put them in auto zones and Napas and that kind of things.
Okay.
And they rebuild for the new manufacturers now too as well.
Yeah.
So we collect parts from salvage yards, inventory them, and sell them to these big companies that actually rebuild them and put them on the shelf.
Awesome.
my
Janelle
company's
Dooney's
USA
watching.
Four Supply, and you know.
Sorry. I didn't mean to talk on top of you, Milton.
No,
Janelle
not at all.
Dooney's watching, and she said, Milton, who's your biggest fan?
Who's my my wife, April.
Okay. How long she been stuck with
and,
your ass, Milton?
And I'm going to tell you why. She's home shoveling my doorstep while I'm pulling in Florida. And I came home and she washed all my clothes and packed them back in my truck so I can leave on Tuesday to get back down to Zellwood. So
you sure it wasn't get out of here and stay out of here? Like it was extra?
Well, maybe a little bit of both. So, maybe.
Let's see.
I said to her, I says, I'm coming home. I'm leaving Tuesday. She says, why are you coming home? I said, well, I have some work to do.
Yep.
So
Milton Westgate must be one of your kids. Says what son is your favorite? Question mark.
Well, I have a son and a daughter, so he is my favorite son. Yes.
I do the same thing. I have 2 boys and 1 girl, and I always tell my daughter, "You're my favorite daughter." So that goes
perfect.
Okay, let's go. Here's a nice question here. So, what tractor is your favorite to pull? And before you answer that, let's talk about your team a little bit. I have pictures of 2 tractors. I'm going to put up the Mean Streak, which was our graphic that we made.
Sure.
There's the Mean Streak there. We made you look good in this graphic, Milton. I'm not going to lie.
No, I make myself look good in that graphic. That's okay.
That's what I like about you. That's good shit. And then there's the Mean Streak. So tell us a little bit about the Mean Streak, Milton. What is it?
Okay, Mean Streak was my first tractor I owned. And again, I'm going to go off track just a little bit. When I told you, I said I'm going to do that. I called a friend of mine that I knew pulled tractors, and I said, Scott, I want to go look at a tractor for sale, and I don't know nothing about him, and I'd like you to go with me. And he says, well, I got a tractor for sale. So I go and see him, and he has the graphic you got up there is my original Mean Streak is for sale, and he's selling it, and he says, yeah, you know, I'm all set tractor pulling right now. I want to sell this, and I said to him, I said, look, I don't know anything about tractor pulling. I want to buy the tractor, but would you bring me to the polls? Would you show me how to do it? I don't know anything. I really don't know. I just know I want to do it. He says, yeah, no problem. I'll bring you to the polls. I'll show you what you need to know. So I buy the tractor off him, and it was a nice tractor, you know, big block, naturally aspirated tractor, and it won it was able to win all the local fairs. So we started going around, and you know, it's fun to win, and the tractor was winning, and then Scott's like, I shouldn't have sold it. I want to pull tractors. So Scott ends up buying his buddy's tractor off him, which was one that he competed against all the time. So now me and Scott were going around pulling the 2 tractors together, and then you know the rest is history. You upgrade it. You want to get better, and I upgraded that tractor a bunch of times. The graphic you got up there that had 950 horse dual carb naturally aspirated Steve Schmidt motor in it.
Okay.
Still have the tractor. It's in the back room. Since then, the newest version of Mean Streak is Mean Streak Extreme. It's the old Red Fox chassis that Keith Horst, the last one he ran. It's a 2021 modern machine, I believe.
Okay.
And that one there has a motor built by my buddy Steve O'Brien from Sick Engines. It wasn't dynoed, but it should be near a 1,200 horse motor in that tractor. And we're running that naturally aspirated around. That frame will get the blown motor for port recovery. So I'll pop out that 1,200 horse NA, put in the blown motor from Sassy, and go to port recovery.
Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to share. I'm on your Facebook page right now. We'll have a little fun with this. Again, it's fun to get to know the guys behind the helmet a little bit, Milton. I appreciate you doing this tonight. We appreciate
I'm having fun.
Good. We appreciate having you at the Super Bowl here next weekend already. I can't believe it's that close.
I know.
Brandon's going, holy crap, do we got a lot of work to do.
So my buddy Scott shoveled out our 2-place trailer today. Our big trailer's down in Ocala right now. We shot home without the trailer. We left it at our buddy Dale's house, and shot home to do a little work and clean up. And on the way home, he says, man, I want to bring my tractor back to Florida. I said, well, if we're going to tow a 2-place trailer, we're going to have 2 tractors in it. So I'm going to put Extreme in it and bring it down to Zellwood. So So we're gonna have Out of Control as his tractor, and we'll have Mean Streak Extreme at Zellwood, both big blocks.
I love it. So this is your
Dang.
sassy motor that you were talking about that you're gonna have at Fort Recovery in end of July, right?
Yeah, yes. I can't really see what you're seeing, but I'm sure if you're looking at a blown motor on my Facebook page, yes.
We sure are. Okay. There's a picture of alcohol. There's your 2 dogs sitting in the shop. What is this your shop? Is this one of your stores?
That's so that's my son's speed shop.
Okay.
He's got one of the largest speed shops in New England.
So
and,
what's a speed shop? I'm a Midwestern guy. What's a speed shop? No.
Basically, he sells all the performance parts you could want for drag racing, boat racing, tractor pulling, from safety equipment, helmets, seats, fittings, fuel. We are the distributor for Docal tubing to build roll cages in the Northeast. We also stock Chrome Ollie, but we are the exclusive distributor for Docal in the Northeast. And Docal's the latest and greatest material to build your roll cages out of now.
Those are a couple good-looking dogs too. What are their names?
Ollie and Ruben.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a Westgate Performance picture up right now and a bunch of VP Racing Fuel.
Yep.
And then here's inside the speed shop again. I'm looking for some. I want to find Mean Streak, the other one here.
Extreme.
Extreme. Yeah.
So let's see. Where are you gonna find?
A little bit.
Y'all need to bring me some stuff.
Here's a picture from Keystone.
I need some stuff. I need some parts.
Is this with this picture that that's
so
24. That's from.
All right, go
Keystone.
to
Adam took that.
Are you on my Facebook yet, or are you just on Milt's?
Yep, I'm just scrolling. Yep.
So if you're on Mean Streaks, are you on Mean Streaks page?
No, I'm on Milton Westgate. Go to Mean.
Yeah,
Streak.
go to Mean Streak.
Mean Streak Pulling Team.
No, just Mean Streak.
Nope. That's I was gonna say that's an international tractor.
Yeah, that's a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here I found it. Yeah.
There you go. So Mean Streak from East Freetown, and then if you let's see, if you pull down, I'm actually cheating because I'm on an iPad, so I can pull down with you there. You don't have to scroll down that much farther. Let's see. I just looked it. And my kid had actually posted a picture of it for you. You got to go down through this weekend's events and
There's the bad guy.
So if you roll down past that bad guy build, I just found a picture of Extreme.
Which one? That?
Just keep scrolling down past all the bad guy build stuff and somewhere right here. I'm gonna find it for you in a minute. I guess I should have sent them to you beforehand. Okay, if you go down to
I should have done the homework.
Yeah, September 4th.
Just gonna
September 4th, Milton Westgate, my kid, put a picture of Extreme on there, and it's a pretty nice picture.
Okay.
You got there, yeah?
Go to photos.
There you go.
That's January of 20. That's when you first bought it there. That's January 28th of 2024. Photos of Mean.
Like I said, I should have sent you some, I guess.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Are we filling time? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Probably.
No. We're entertaining. We're entertaining.
That's right.
There you go.
We got everybody on the edge of the seat looking for that picture.
Yeah. Oh, we got questions. We got questions. Charlie Pickering says, Milt, who is your biggest rival?
The tractor itself.
I guess that's a good. Honestly, friendly rival would probably be right here in this garage, and it would be my buddies Steve O'Brien and Scott LaVenture. I mean, just because we build our tractors together, and we're always, we're gunning for each other, and trying to make our tractors better. So,
What did you have in Ocala last week?
The bad guy. So that's our newest tractor that we just built.
Okay.
So it's a small block, just because that's mostly what Florida pulling was all about. So I honestly built the darn thing just for the wintertime pulling in Florida and to be able to go compete with them guys. I had been down to Florida when you met me and everything, and we had the big blocks with us, and they're fun and everything, but we're just really kind of exhibition pulling against ourselves. There's not really a lot of big blocks down there. So
Right.
I built the you
There
find
it
it? There you go.
is.
You found it. Yeah. So that's extreme. Yeah. Um, So
what motor is that, Milton?
so that is a Steve from Sick Engines built that for me. It's a energy billet aluminum block. It is Brodex. Shoot, what are they? 9-degree heads. Is that right? Anyway, that's the one that I was telling you should be making about 1,200 horse.
Okay. Good
So,
deal.
we suffered with it all last season, with it being a new build. But we finally got all the bugs shook out of it, and that'll be what I will pull at the Keystone Nationals this year.
Okay.
That's in March, the end of March 20th.
Yep.
So,
and the Mean Street name, that's what it was called when you bought it from your buddy, right? Mean Street?
Correct. It goes back to late 80s, early 90s. It was Mean Street. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's where the name come from. And of course, when I hated to give my old girl up, but the chassis was a little outdated, and so when I bought the new one, I carried the name over, and
okay.
And
so I'm gonna put a picture of the bad guy right now. Yep.
The bad guy.
That's up on the screen right now. Tell us about that tractor.
Okay, so we were coming back from a pull in Michigan, and I had Greg from G-Line Chassis, well, it's G-Line Racing, but I had Greg with us, or Greg was with us, and I said, man, I want to go down to Florida this year, and I want a new chassis, and this, that, and the other. And he said, well, I'll design one with you. Let's look into that. Let's start doing it. And that was early in the year. I don't know what date it was now exactly, but anyway, so we started bouncing ideas off of each other, and he's a great CAD designer, and he'd come over to the shop at night, and we started laying out the rails, and he said, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I'm a driver, but I'm also the mechanic, so I know what I need to turn the wrench and how I want things to be. So we kept designing on it, and of course time goes by, and it would, Thanksgiving's coming around, and I says, man, we need this chassis. He says, I'll have it to you. So we designed the chassis. He got me the chassis. I dropped that thing off to powder coat on the Monday before Christmas. I dropped it to Santos Customs Coating, Tom Santos. I said, man, I am in a bind here. There's only one way I'm going to get this thing to Florida, and that's if you can turn this around fast. I picked it up on Christmas Eve, 2 days later. Powder coated, beautiful. So now I got this powder coated frame, and I got 3 weeks to get it together and get it in the trailer to get down to flywheelers. So we scrambled, and right now it has what I'd like to call, quote unquote, a test motor in it. I pulled the motor out of another tractor I have here, just to get it down to Florida. It's not going to be the motor that I'm gonna pull that tractor as well at Keystone, but I'm having Steve is also putting the finishing touches on a bigger motor for it, or a more powerful motor, I should say. It's 410 cubic inch, but more powerful motor. But it wasn't going to be ready, so I pulled another tractor apart and got that thing together, and we rolled that in the tractor 20 days after powder coating. We rolled it in the trailer. And we got down to flywheelers and pulled it at flywheelers, then got over to Ocala and pulled it into Ocala. So
nice. I love it. Tim Bowen's checking in. They have 2-wheel drive trucks. They've been coming down for a while.
Oh no, he's got a 2-wheel drive truck, but he also has a Mini now that I've been chasing. So
he's got a Mini
now.
Oh yeah, he laid it on me in flywheelers in Ocala one time. I think I got him one time. He got me once or twice. I forget how it exactly went, but Tim's got a pretty nice Mini now.
What's the name?
Alley Cat, I believe. I believe it's called Alley Cat.
Alley Cat. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Alley Cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a nice tractor. So
Charshel Lestage says, "What tractor is your favorite to pull?"
oh, it's sad to say it's probably still old school Mean Streak. It's probably still the one that's in your graphic. It's it's my first one, and I probably, even though I built the rest of them and customized them and moved everything, and they're all state of the art and adjusted for me. I don't know. I probably still feel most at home in my oldest one.
No, I respect that. I mean, it's kind of what got you there, got you to the dance.
Yeah.
So
It just feels right when you're in it. The other ones, we've adjusted the pedals and everybody's moved them and everything's in the exact perfect spot. But I don't know. Probably has to do with me having the most runs on the oldest one, I guess.
Yep. Again, if you're just joining us,
and once you get them set up, she never let me down. We went out and done a lot of winning. Right now, I'm in a lot of shaking the bugs out of everything.
Yep.
So
if you're just joining us, this is Milton Westgate, mini rod puller from Massachusetts, and he loves coming down to Florida to go pulling. I met him at Zellwood a couple years ago and got to know the guys from Massachusetts. Bumped into Milton at PRI back in December. We did an interview with them on Full Pull, our own Dan Mayer, and looking forward to seeing him next weekend. So I'm going to whip through some questions here. So Carlo Brown says, "How many tractors do you have?"
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're building 6.
You have an addiction. You have a problem, Milton. You want to talk about it?
I don't have a problem. I have a solution.
There you go.
Well said. I like it. Borden Dieter V687P is watching on YouTube and says, "Hey Milton, you should come out to pull with Tri-State mini pullers. We'd love to have you come out and play with us." Now, I don't know if that's the ones here in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin, or if that's
so Tri-State. I'm going to get this wrong probably, but Ohio, and I have pulled with Tri-State. So
okay.
I pulled at Dragway 42 when they were pulling us, and I believe that was Tri-State. I might be getting it wrong. I'm terrible with all that. We've been up to New Richmond, Wisconsin, and pulled. That was a great time. I put 35,000 miles a year for the last 3 years on the truck pulling, and that's all it does is pull the rig.
Did your wife come with you ever?
No. She says, "Have a good time."
No, my wife's the same way, Milton. My wife's the same way. So
yeah, she says, "You have a good time." So I do.
So Eric King's got a long one here. Let me read this to you, Milton. I have a question. How that was just at the old Ocala tractor pull and was back in the pits talking to Plumber's Nightmare with the 3 jet engines. He's coming to Zellwood next weekend. He's just got to stop and fix his daughter's car first. And I also talked, which I also need you guys' help on this, please and thank you. Must be Tina Foster's the ones from PA at bring down 2 or 3 semis at the time with a timing 2 T-bucket 2-wheel drive modified truck and a couple modified tractors and other trucks. I'm not sure what he's all going after there. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. So he talking about Don Dean and what an incredible person that guy is. Have you had the privilege to meet him?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Dean. He's the blast. I've met his dog. I think his dog, his name is Abby. And, we have a good time. Yep, we have a good time.
So we have a heck of a time when we get together. As a matter of fact, it would have been last year at Satsuma. We all sat in my trailer and watched the Super Bowl together. I wasn't expecting him to come, but he had given me his number, and I said, "Don, we're over here watching the Super Bowl." He says, "Do you mind if I bring Abby?" I said, "Absolutely not." So him and Abby come over to my trailer. We watched the Super Bowl together, and we had a ball.
Nice.
Yes.
So, speaking of Super Bowl, are you a Patriots fan?
I am today. Yes. It's easier when we're winning.
Yeah, I understand. Matthew Moog. Brandon, how many semi-trucks have you heard are coming?
You usually have a couple anyway, right, Brandon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things working. We've got 7 coming.
Wow.
7 trucks
Ooh,
coming from upstate.
Wow, that's a good turnout for them, right?
Brandon must be fixing his hair. He turned his camera off, Milton.
Uh-oh.
Milton, your son says he doesn't think Mean Streak's going to be your favorite after you drive the blown tractor. So
It depends on how bad the blown tractor smashes me up.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Chet Heather Westgate is watching and says, "What's your favorite place to pull?"
My favorite place I've pulled. Well, they're always really your favorite place when you win at them. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
one thing that makes them definitely a favorite track for you. We have, honestly, I had mentioned that I pull a little bit with the Mass Minis. We have a local track to us. It's Westport, and it's 20 minutes away, and it's really where my original tractor was built to pull. That's where the owner of the tractor pulled it, and that's a fun track, and it's local, and of course I get to see all my family and friends watch me pull there. So I guess that would be my favorite track. But every time I win is your favorite track. You get off the tractor and you just pulled off a win. That's the best track you ever been on.
Yep.
So.
No, I agree. We lost Brandon for a second. He'll be back in a second. But Patrick Reynolds is watching on YouTube. He said, "Who's your favorite person to pull with? Who do you like to bring to the pulls with you?"
My dad. My dad. So my dad goes to me with all the main pulls, which like I said, is 17, 18 a year anyway. And he goes to some other pulls with me, but he pulls a 4-cylinder version we built him a tractor, and it was a kind of a father-son project, and we built the tractor, and the whole time we're building it, he's like, I don't know what to name it, and we're bouncing names back and forth and this, that, and the other. And I had Mean Streak. That was the only tractor I had at the time, and I'm building him this tractor, or we're building it together. And he goes home one night, and I says, I know what the name of that tractor is going to be. So I call my graphic guy, I get the graphics cut, and I put them on the tractor, and I don't say a word to him. I don't tell him what the name of the tractor is going to be or anything like that. And he comes in the shop, and I named the tractor Stubborn Streak. I said, after working with you on this tractor, there's only one name I was going to give this tractor, and that's Stubborn Streak, because you have been stubborn through the whole build. So
that's awesome.
So his 4-cylinder is Stubborn Streak. And I actually have it in Florida with me right now. It's going to be at Zellwood. I just got a new drive line in it, and I'm trying to get it geared correctly before I bring it up to Maine with them. So I actually have it down there testing, tuning it. I tested it at Flywheelers, and if they allow me to put it on the track at Zellwood, I'm going to give it a rip down there and try to get the gear set correctly.
Oh yeah,
I think that's an easy answer. They'll let anything go in Zellwood, so it's all good. Brandon.
100%.
Brandon's asked,
Yes,
Eric
sir.
Kinney says, is Chris Hall going to bring the Devil's Reject truck to 2-wheel drive from Georgia this year?
Chris Hall doesn't have.
I don't know if Brandon's internet sucks tonight. So
Brandon's checking out again on us.
Yep. And okay,
all right,
so Dustin answered. No, he's still at the Keith Fields. Chris, he pulls a semi now. Okay, cool. And then Jackie Hall is watching tonight as well. So again, if you're just joining us, this is fun. I love talking to Milton Westgate. He's
Jackie Hall's the sweetest backup girl in Florida. Sweetest bug in Florida.
Girl? All right.
She puts me on the sled every time, and she says she's my calming coach, which she always helps me out. She's like, now be calm.
Be calm, Milton. Be calm.
Yeah. So I have
What was your first trip down to Florida, Milton? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Zellwood. Sure.
Okay.
That was our first place we went to. We went to Zellwood that year, and we went to so how did it go? We went to Zellwood and we went to Satsuma. Was that the year? Yeah. So the first year we went to Zellwood and Satsuma, I believe. One year we went down and I blew a tractor up at Flywheelers, and that was last year actually. Last year we went to Flywheelers and we were going to go to Zellwood and Ocala and all that, and we were supposed to stay down there, and I blew the motor up in old school Mean Streak that you've seen. And I jetted back home with it and rebuilt the motor and got it back to Satsuma that year, but I missed Zellwood last year, so we won't miss it this year. Yeah. So I told you I wanted to tell you that story anyway. We found ourselves, I wiggled my way into showing up at a Slow Joe production in Perry, Georgia. We didn't have anything going on, and I really wanted to pull the tractors. And I gave him a call, and he's like, "Sure, if you guys want to come, come." Well, I made a few calls, and before you know it, we had 8 small block and big block minis at Slow Joe production in Perry, Georgia. Only one problem: we didn't have a sled that we could pull.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of important, Milton. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. You gotta. It's details. You gotta always devil's in the details. So now we're down there. We don't have no sled, and we're making calls. And John and Brandon got out of work, loaded the sled from Zellwood, and drove all night so that we could play around the next day. So big shout out to them guys for doing that for us. You know, they saved the weekend for us all. And like I said, eight pullers. I think there was 8 of us. 8 pullers got to pull a sled the next day because of John and Brandon.
Nice.
Yes, it was nice.
Was that last fall or was that this spring?
That was probably 3 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably less than 3 months ago. Something like that.
Jackie Hall says they call her the hooker.
What's going on there?
I call her the sweetest bug in Florida.
The sweetest bug in Florida. I like it. Yep. She says super nice of them too. So good deal. Good deal. Matt Wellbaum says, what's the weather looking like for the Super Bowl? Sounds like a cold spell is coming. I lost my Florida guy, so I'm going to do the Google real quick here. I need a 10-day. When are you coming back down?
We leave Tuesday. We'll land. It's going to take us 21-hour drive. It's 1,250 miles for us. Okay. So we'll leave Tuesday morning. We'll be back. We'll be in Ocala Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll head over to Zellwood Thursday afternoon.
Okay. Looks like here, next week, highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s for Zellwood. I'll snip this quick. And it's just outside of Orlando for any of those kind of wondering where Zellwood is.
So we just went down to Flywheelers and we got there and it was probably 50, 55 maybe. So I'm running around in a t-shirt and I'm just loving life. You know, it's warm, very warm to us. So everybody's all bundled up, and finally they're like, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm from where it's a lot colder than here." So when you leave 15 degrees, but all that being said, then I stayed down there for a couple weeks, and I come home and I'm freezing. I'm like, I guess I'm a Floridian now.
It doesn't take very long.
Don't take long to acclimate to that. No.
Right. Patrick Reynolds says, "How do you keep them so clean?" He's giving you compliments on your tractors.
Yeah. Patrick's being a wise guy. His father-in-law cleans my tractors.
A little shameless plug there, Patrick. Well
that's
played,
right.
Sir. Well played, sir.
Well played. So one thing I wanted to mention, you asked me about the bad guy and bringing it down there. First pull in Ocala, I had tested it a little bit at Flywheelers, but the first pull at Ocala, that thing takes off and it's got way more traction than I expected it to have. I stood it up on the rear wheelie bars, brought it down, smashed the shit out of the tractor, me, everything else, got it back to the pits and checked it out. And the G-line chassis held up, everything held up good. And I fared okay. I guess I made it through. And then I moved a lot of weight to the front.
Good deal. Chris Hall says, Eric Kinney, sorry I sold it, but we'll be there with the semi. And then Chris Hall says, John, Brandon, Jacob, their family are great people and willing to help. Yes, they are. I think we've proven that. Eric Kinney, how many modified tractors in the class do you have this year, and how many V8 tractors coming down in there this year to join us? So let's see if Brandon, I'm going to get Brandon a Starlink when I go down to Florida next week. Brandon, how many modified tractors and then how many V8 tractors are you hearing for your guys' class? Eric Kinney's asking.
Our V8 class, we're looking at about 6 or 7 of them, our usual crowd, maybe 1 or 2 more than usual, which is, it's good. It's always a good class. The tractors are very consistent. Last year, I think Mr. Michael Palmer took home the win on Saturday night. But they hooked us to that little small sled, and they just the whole class, everyone's going as fast as they possibly can go. Because I love it though. I love to see that class roll out like that.
Good deal. Bowden Deader says, "Hey Milton, love pulling with you up in Blanchard, Michigan. Wish you could have done a little better. I'd love to see the new tractor come pull with us." So,
yes, sir. We'll be back. I believe we brought home 2 blown up tractors from Blanchard. That's them bugs I told you got to shake out.
Yep. Well, you're obviously all in on the mini rod class, and it is one of the most exciting classes in pulling. It's exciting to hear that you're building a big blower tractor as well. What other classes do you like to watch, Milton, like that you'll leave the trailer to go watch? Or like what are some other classes that you enjoy watching?
I'm going to be honest with you. When I go pulling, I'm really only interested in what we're doing. I like to hear them, like to look at them, but to sit and watch them, I'm a participant. I'm not a spectator.
Yep. No, that's fine. No, I hear that a lot. I mean, you got to. I mean, you're there to pull. You're there to compete. You spend all this time and money, and there is no practice. You got to get out there and do your best. So.
Yeah. We get back to the pits, and I'm usually analyzing what went right or what went wrong. It's funny because I'm really blessed to be working with a bunch of talented people. I pulled at Ocala, for instance, and it was being streamed live. And before I could get my helmet off, I got Greg from G-Line giving me a breakdown of what he thought the chassis did and what we need to do to change it. I got Steve from Sick Engines telling me what he thinks the motor was doing and what, and how to go out the next time and this, that, and the other. And so I got all this feedback, and it's nice to have. It's nice to have because
it's great.
Yeah.
No, that's what we're gonna be streaming Zellwood and Full Pull Live, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Gary Butler says, "Milt, you're becoming a real TV star. Proud to say I know someone famous." So
infamous.
You need to give Gary a shout out. Is Gary one of your buddies?
Gary's a great guy, and yes, I'm proud to say he's a buddy of mine. Me and Gary will be pulling together at Keystone. We pulled together all over the place, and he's a competitor, and you don't want to make him mad.
Yep, good deal. Jonathan Scott Lee says, "I wish I could have had my lawn tractor for my first pull this year, but I have a dead engine at the moment." Well, get it going, Jonathan.
Yeah, we've all lived there.
Jason Benninger's checking in from Virginia tonight. He says, "Howdy, fellas. How are you going there, Jason?" So, Brandon, on the promoter side of things, how are things looking? We're 10 days out. Sponsorship wise, what are you guys working on this next weekend?
This weekend, we're actually going to try to stay inside because it's supposed to be in the 20s. But right now, we've got our Ring Power dealer, our local cat dealer. They're giving us a Caterpillar. They're giving us a Lull, a skid steer, a grade tractor to use, and then our Florida Coast Kubota dealer. They're giving us 2 side-by-sides to run around and do whatever we need to do with those, which will be really nice to have. Seminole Paving, they're going to bring us 2 rolling machines so we can pack our track in how we want it. Fields of John Deere, they're bringing us 3 100-horse tractors to use. That way we can grade the track with 2 of them. We're going to have 1 just sitting there waiting for someone to break or something to pull them off the track real fast. We got AAA Land Services. They're a big sponsor for us. AC Mobile Marine and Southway Automotive are our big sponsors for this year. We can't do it without sponsorships. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys know. You guys have been doing this all the years long, so you can't do it without sponsors.
No, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Milton, the facility in Zellwood is really nice. Lots of room. I love the hillside seating for the fans and stuff like that. What are some memories you have from Zellwood coming down here over the years?
I'm pretty sure meeting you when you rolled up to the back of my trailer were probably a little too deep to be doing interviews.
That's why I still remember.
I think we aced it.
So that was fun. So
it was fun.
Yep.
It was fun.
Those are the best kind of interviews, buddy. So
Yep.
Well, good deal. Well, unless anybody has anything else, we can wrap this baby up. We'll see you next week, Milton. Brandon, you got anything else in your mind?
If anyone wants to come down early, like I said last week, and park your trucks and trailers, you'd be all welcome. We've had the sled there for a while now. It's a safe place to put your stuff at. It's locked and secured. We have got cameras out there watching it 24/7. And we hope to have a good show. You know, a lot of people are coming. I hope that nobody gets involved with the winter storm, but as of right now, I think we're going to be perfectly set. It's supposed to be great weather, but I believe in the 60s and lows are in the 50s, so it'll be perfect weather. So I can't wait. I'm excited. It couldn't come any sooner.
Yeah, I got a 10-day weather forecast on the screen right now. Next Friday, high of 61 and low of 42. Saturday, high of 66 and a low of 41.
Perfect. I love that's perfect weather.
Milton, what's it like in Massachusetts right now?
I'll take it. What's it like right now? I think it's probably like 13 degrees out.
Yeah.
Milton will be out there in shorts and a t-shirt.
I will. You know it.
Why is everyone bundled up?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gary Butler says have a big block NA class next year and he'll be there in Zellwood.
We've got one this
tell
year.
No excuses. Pack that baby up. We're going to have 2 of them down there.
Yes, sir. Bring them.
He's got plenty of time. Get that in the trailer, Gary. Come on.
Charshel Lestage says, can't wait to watch the polls next weekend. Good luck, Milton. We'll be watching.
That's part of my main family right there. Hi, Shelly.
Carla Brown says we'll be cheering for Milton. And then Chris Hall says great polling weather. So
I want to put a big shout out to Carla and her husband, Jamie. They've been traveling back and forth from Maine, which is 250 miles one way to my shop, building their own tractors here. They're sourcing parts from G-Line Racing, and they're building them in-house at my shop. And it's been a great winter. We have a ball every weekend. So,
nice. Yeah, she said your cheer squad from Maine will be cheering you on. And then Chad Hughes says, are you crazy? That weather is freezing for Florida. I love it.
It'll be in the 20s this weekend.
Yeah. You're going to have those iguana darts. I saw the iguana darts when the iguanas fall out of the trees.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Milton, it's always a blast talking to you. I love your passion for the sport. I love how good of a guy you are. I know you'd help anybody. We will see you next weekend, sir. And Brandon, thanks for joining us tonight. And just pay attention to Facebook. If anybody has any questions, all the phone numbers are on there. John, just give John a call. We'll answer any questions you have. Thanks, Milton.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Brandon.
See you next week.
You will.